In March 1967, there was high UFO activity in Cuba and Florida Keys. Some were tracked on radar doing 1,100 miles per hour. Some were also tracked in Canada heading south down the east coast of the USA doing up to 5,000 miles per hour.
Section 51.
The story became known to the public in the form of a statement by a security specialist who was assigned to the 6,947th Security Squadron centered at Homestead Air Force Base, a unit of the US Air Force Security Service, AFSS. In March 1967, Spanish-speaking intercept operators at the base overheard Cuban transmissions regarding the pursuit of a bogie aircraft that was entering Cuban airspace from the northeast. A pair of MiG-21 jet fighters were scrambled to inspect the enigmatic invader, which they eventually discovered and observed to resemble a big metallic sphere devoid of wings or any kind of propulsion system. The flight leader was immediately told that the object had failed to reply to radio contact attempts and was instructed to fire at the plane. As the flight leader armed his missiles and prepared to fire at the object, Cuban Air Defense Headquarters listened as the screaming voice of his wingman came over their radios, stating that his leader's aircraft had just disintegrated completely with no visible explosion or sign of an attack. Immediately afterwards, the weird metallic sphere accelerated upward from its altitude of approximately 33,000 feet to over 98,000 feet and headed southeast into South America. Later, in July 1978, UFO researcher Robert Todd, adept at utilizing the Freedom of Information Act to obtain information about UFOs from the United States government, came face to face with a pair of FBI agents at his doorstep who would be subjected to interrogation by these agents over the course of the next hour. And I guess you can imagine that it was not a pleasant visit. The visit was prompted by Robert Todd's recent notification to the National Security Agency of his intention to approach the Cuban government for information regarding the possible destruction of one of its aircraft while pursuing a UFO, an incident about which the US government claimed to be unaware. Todd, who was 24 at the time, had recently filed several Freedom of Information Act requests with the US Air Force, the US Navy, the CIA, and the NSA, seeking information about the alleged incident, which involved a specialist with a unit of the US Air Force Security Service at Homestead AFB south of Miami, Florida. These events, as described clearly, indicate that the Cuban incident was most probably authentic, that Robert Todd was onto a big story, and that the US government experienced a knee-jerk reaction to the fact that the story got out. The story remains a baffling mystery, and one wonders how many more of these incidents lie in the Deep State's files, among others. Section 51 is on social networks, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Don't forget to hit that like button and that bell button too. Don't forget to share the video and to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. This was DOZgeek with Section 51. I'll be back really soon. Open your eyes, watch the sky, live long and prosper.